Okay. We are live. Let's see if this will work. Kind of pixelates it a little bit. Let's go here. It's a little bit better. Hey, everybody, I'm popping on. I went and got my teeth clean and didn't anticipate doing a show, so you get the natural curly haired day. Um, as I was going to get my teeth cleaned and getting my teeth cleaned, I had that I have to channel. So you'll probably see this after it's done. And I just want to also show you the new book, and is beautiful book. We had a few little tweaks we did. We just corrected and got them in there. So not too bad, but I think we got it. And it's just a magnificent book. This book is going to become very important for your realization. So that is one thing we will go through. What I wanted to go through today is I'm just getting downloads of information, different information than I've ever gotten before. And so I'm still going to be talking about time. And I'm going to be giving you information on time and what time actually means in the scheme of things. So let me just read to you. I'm going to put a little video together. I'm going to work on that today, my day off. So let me read to you. Also, when you get your teeth clean, really good thing to do after you get them clean, because it always kills me afterwards, is go to Wendy's and get a Frosty, their traditional one, and you eat that, and it just actually is really, let's go this way. It's really feels really good on the gums, and it actually takes the swelling down, and it's enjoyable. The sugar, I don't know if the sugar is very good for you, but if you get your teeth cleaned, always go get a Frosty after. Okay, so I'm going to make a video kind of on the same thing, but I'm actually going to a remote view thing today. And I'm going to cover something that I don't know if I have covered on my channel before, or if my twin and I have channeled before. So let me give you this information, then I'm going to backtrack on that. So when I hear things, sometimes I'm woken up at night and I have to write things down. So this is everything that I've written down when I've gotten up in the wee hours of the night and have something fresh on my mind. So the first thing is time is sacred. It's a sacred movement of the present. Travasement of dial codes. New word for us, travasement. It's not traversement, it's travasement. And that's an alien code. Think of travasement of time as synced musical notes or musical codes, poetry, a flow of rhythm and synchronicities that are as tight fitting as a methylitic, I can never say that word, stones that hold up against the test of time. Travasement, alien code, name for the organic cryptid lines and cross lines. A matter, cross lines of matter producing this poetry, sounds, and justifications. So I thought that was very interesting. Now to change the subject, I got this a few nights ago. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to share it or not, but I think I'll share it. We are in a war for this world. And I actually am going to touch base on that. Evil is trying to desensitize humans for dominance and slave control. Bring down the power of the archangels to help us win this war. And I think that's why this book is so important, that I had to put this out for you to recognize it and call them down, because we need help. And we're at the last leg. And I don't know who's winning right now, but we have to win. And so we need to bring the strongest of the strong. We need to bring the archangels down on this planet with us to help us. Bring this message to thousands to fight the clever, undetected war in front of you. We must call upon the archangels now to help us fight for this planet. Okay, so for some strange, crazy reason, and I've never done this before, but I'm focusing on Utah. And I felt living in Utah was a very interesting place, a really beautiful place, especially when I went to Moab. When I went to Moab, Utah, it was a bunch of us that went, and we actually slept outside under the stars. It was really cool. We found this huge red rock that just went up like this. And I guess it's kind of a camping area, but it was on a rock. And you were higher up, and we all slept in a row in our sleeping bags. It was girls and boys. And you just fell asleep looking at the stars. And we all were just laying in our sleeping bags, just looking up at the stars and just talking. It was just the most fun experience. That was several years ago. But it was like Moab just had a presence to it. In fact, I was thinking I would like to live in Moab. It had something to it. And so this, probably because it's red like Arizona, that it has a property, a conductivity to it that makes it so amazingly special for people all over the world that go to Moab. And then Bryce Canyon, I guess, is pretty awesome too. I didn't go to Bryce Canyon. I wish I would have gone there. I still have time. I'm not too far away from this area. And maybe take a road trip over there and do some hiking. So what I want to do is I'm going to touch base on the Ural Mountains probably this weekend. The Ural Mountains are similar to Utah. Utah is framed with these huge, majestic mountains. And they're mountains. I mean, I love mountains and I love trees for some reason. I like to be surrounded by big mountains and then have trees around me. I just think that's the most beautiful sight I have ever beheld. I don't think I'd want to really live on a flat land. I really like the mountains. So I'm going to kind of do a remote view. Is before Eden, we had like a War of the Worlds. And we had a war after this planetary system was made. We had a war of who was going to attain this planet. And I do believe it's in L's sanctioned area, but you can also have wars. You have to win over the planet, I guess, and in succession. So obviously, you know who won over the planet, and then we went to Eden, and then et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But because there's War of the Worlds, there was war on ground, and there was war in the skies with craft. Many of the craft now are in the earth, are all over our planet. We have many crafts in our planet. And so now we have so much information, we can self-discover some of these crafts that are in the planet. So let me talk about one area in Utah, because there's several crafts in Utah, actually. And they are still active. Also, I had a vivid dream about a billionaire that we know who this person is, and he makes spacecrafts and rockets, and he has purchased UFOs, and he has several, and that's where he's been getting a lot of his information from also. But he has one craft. There's one craft that no one for decades and decades and decades has been able to break into. And so this craft, they tried everything. They even try to scan it to see what's in it. They can't break through this craft. This craft has like this everlasting energy shield around it. So some of the craft are planted upon this earth, and some of the craft crashed upon this earth during that war before the Eden time. And let me do a small little channeling on this, and then we'll touch more on this on Sunday. So hold on. I was going to talk to, I think one of the crafts that has downed in Utah is there's many species that ward. You have the benevolent and the malevolent. Of course, some of the best fighters are the Lyran and the Akhenaten. If you haven't heard in my books, I have an Akhenaten race that are Egyptian. You have the Pleiadians and you have the human race. So we had basically those strong races with all other instigating races that helped. But those were the main strength races. They were fighting the Germans. There's a name for them, and I can't see it right now. They were fighting the a type of reptilian, a type of gray. And there's another one that I'm seeing that is humanoid with black hair, black mustache, beard, and very muscular. Their skin is kind of a yellow human, yellow skin tone, yellow beige skin tone. And their eyes are a kind of a light green, like a goldish green. And they are of a bad race. So hold on, I'm going to channel somebody. I'm channeling an Akhenaten species. His name is a male. His name is Sapner. Sapner. Thank you for giving us this time and voice. The people must come to an understanding that there was a war. When universes are designed and completed, a war takes place. Because even though the benevolent make these for themselves, many of the opposite species come in droves because they do not have the power to make their own universes. So they must take over universes. And they want, for the most part, to take over fresh universes and take control. So imagine a war over the whole universe. The whole universe. You have mega ships, small ships, you have the spiders, and you have the dragons, the snakes, many different entities that bore into ships, destroy them. So not only were ships designed for crafting, that they also had to be designed for warring and had to have a hard hull surrounding them that is organic in nature, where the non-organic is on the inside and is pressurized. Akhenaten's group, ours, had the strongest organic means on our ships. Very hard to penetrate through energy or means of attack. We also had an energetic field that would come out of our casing, which was created strength, a double strength. And we could go negative with that strength, meaning cloak. We call it negative, to go negative. So upon your earth, closer to the earth, which was unoccupied at this time, and it was not glorified at this time, it just was finished in the making. This earth was deemed a jewel, and it was a jewel because of the capacity of the minerals therein. Not every earth has the massive amount of privilege, the massive amount of many factors that are needed on many planetary systems of minerals. Not only the waters were coveted, but also the minerals throughout the earth. Even your volcanic activity is domed sacred to many species, that they need that type of energy that is fiery out of volcanic fields. So now to present time, you're finding the leftovers of our wars, the crafts through war that crashed into the earth, many pummeled because of the force into the earth. Many of the fields of energy that you feel upon the earth comes from the leakage of these craft. Not all craft are dead. When they crashed, not all craft are dead. It just brought their energy down, and they were unable to release it and bring it out of this earth field. Once it downed into the earth, being surrounded by the minerals and the stones thereof, that took the power away, leaving their regenerative power. Many of the species in the craft would be deceased due to impact, but the craft is not dead. We know exactly where every craft is because it has an energy field. Many craft that have been downed and are in your earth field, in the earth plane, have other, other mining species around them. Not all are foreign. Many are deemed humanoid. Human. They have been discovering these crafts for years, but your people do not dig them out. They put tunnel systems in place and work within the planet, bringing other alien species around them, leaving you with some dangerous zones upon your planet. Yes, in the lands of Utah, there was great war in space, atmosphere, and on your earth. Not all fighting was with ships. There was also fighting on land. The Sand Lords. Look those up. They are a creature that fought on land. Other species brought them in because they were strong and amazing at warring and overtaking Earths. Because they were in high number, they were created beings, huge beings. They were awful. They were awful beings to look at and to smell, but they were great in eradicating any other species upon this land. As you know, the Benevolent won this earth. We won for the first time in many planetary systems. We won this earth. We brought full forces in to win over this earth because it was Els. The earth succeeded. We pushed out the darkness. We eradicated them. Many went underground and sealed themselves in, and they worked with time travasement, which is a word that you will be getting to know. Because they worked with time travasement, they manipulated time. For we look for them in one segment, and they would release themselves into another segment of time, thus cloaking themselves to us until we could figure out the frequency that they were existing in. It's very complicated and very hard for you to understand, and it changes theory quite often. As we won this planet, we made it an Eden, and we began knowing that there is others in this world. We let history unfold as it is so, as it is written, as it is known. Now, you have come to an age of discovery, and discovery you must. Be careful who you align yourselves with, and come to understand that those that usually are in the undergrounds are not benevolent. As we have said, they are either the neutral or scientists or the miners, because they need what this earth has to offer. We've allowed it to be so under the laws of God. If they follow the laws of God, they will not be eradicated. Now, the war is heating up. Laws have been broken, and it is coming faster. It is time to bring down, as this vessel has said, the archangels, to give you the energy, because all you that possess this earth at this time are warriors, sentinels, and from other planetary systems in human form. Once you wake up and come to understand that you are a soldier, look to seek your mission and call upon the archangels for security and strength and power. Because the malevolent are overtaking human bodies at a very high speed. And this is something that we must eradicate and bring out and secure. This is enough for you now. We will come see you later. We will give you little bits of information as we go. Careful on unearthing these ships. Be careful, because if they were so easily attained, your military would have unearthed all of them. They cannot. It will be devastating to you. So be careful. Why do you think the military went underground and worked its way to the ship through the underground? Because the earth encases the fallen ship's power. Once you release the power of the ship that has been downed, it could be a very bad situation for all involved in the human animal kingdom. So consider this and be very slightly careful. Work small. Be aware of the ramifications of the radioactivity and the hemispheric codes and sequences that can be damaging to all that are on top of the earth. You may want to seek making your own tunnel instead of unearthing what should not be unearthed by humans. You are too delicate. You do not know how to contain the energy field because it is foreign, it is alien, it is nothing like the quadrants you have upon this land. So be careful, my people, my scientists. Be curious. Use the information for good, and it will magnify the intelligence of your planet. That is key for you. I end this transmission. Okay. Peace out, guys. I will see you on Sunday. Bye.